Hey sis, hey sis, hey, you are tuned into 101 TKO Radio, and this is the She Wins Radio Show with your favorite coach, Andromeda, coming to you live every Tuesday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. This month, I am bringing you Big Talk Tuesday. We're talking all things blackity black, black history, black entertainment, black love, black girl magic, black boy joy. We are talking it all. And today's topic is Black Love is Beautiful. You all know that tomorrow is Valentine's Day, right? And so we are going to get into some conversations about how beautiful Black love is. And not just in the traditional way that we think about, woman, man, marriage, children, family, but we're also going to talk about how Black love is beautiful in business and how Black love is also beautiful in friendships. And so today we're going to just get into some Black History Month things like we have been doing. So today I just wanted to share with you that we're celebrating Natalie Stewart. Her birthday is 40. She's 45 today. Randy Moss is 47 today, and Freedom Williams is 58 today. Also, this is a Black History moment. Joseph L. Sears III became the first Black floor member and floor broker in the New York Stock Exchange. He worked as a floor partner in the firm of Nieberger, Loeb and Company. So that's a Black History moment of today. And I just want to share with y'all a quote about Black unity, Black love. Okay, so this quote is: "We need more light about each other. Light creates understanding. Understanding creates love. Love creates patience, and patience creates unity." And that is a quote from Malcolm X, which I absolutely love because I think that when it comes to us as human beings in general and us as Black people, this rings so true, right? That we need more light. We need more light about each other. Light creates understanding. Understanding creates love. Love creates patience, and patience creates unity. And I think that if we think about a lot of the relationships that we have with other people, a lot of the time the things that are lacking that prevent these relationships from growing, evolving, becoming stronger, better, and allowing us to get in a space where we are actually working together and creating real change is understanding, right? Sometimes we just don't have enough understanding. We don't have enough love in our hearts for one another, and we don't have enough patience. And so I would encourage all of us today who are listening, who are tuning in, and thank you if you are tuning in to She Wins Radio today. Thank you for tuning in. And I also want to challenge you today and this week and this month and this year to strive to be more patient with people in your community. Strive to extend more love to people in your community. Strive to be more understanding of people in your community. Okay. So that is the goal for this year, right? If we want to see real change in our communities, if we want to really experience Black love in the way that I feel like we are totally capable of, we need to practice more patience, more understanding, and more love for one another, because Black love is beautiful. And I think that we have so many different examples over time that have shown us just how much more beautiful we are when we do choose to love each other, when we do choose to be understanding of one another, when we do choose to be patient with one another. We can create amazing things. If we're going to go, we can look as far back as, Martin Luther King, and even further than that. And we can see that anytime that Black people decided to come together, to work together, to unite for a common goal, we created something beautiful. I like to think about the time when, the African proverb that says that it takes a village to build a child, not takes a village to build a child. It takes a village to raise a child. And so I would love to see us even getting back to a space where we operate in that way, where we are looking out for each other and we're looking out for each other's children. That's just a beautiful place for us to be. And that's where our Black love is the most beautiful, when we are looking out for each other and we're looking out for our children. So I wanted to share that with you today. So let's get into some conversation about Black love in business, because as you all know, She Wins Society is all about helping women, not just women entrepreneurs, but we work a lot with women entrepreneurs to build their businesses, to increase their network, to create meaningful connections with one another so that they can have the confidence and the resources to grow and win in life and business. So I want to talk about some moments in our history where we have seen Black love in business and how people were strategic in operating in their business in a way where they were showing love and they received love in return. And one of those things that we can think of that comes top of mind is our amazing sister Beyonce. I mean, we can we can never get enough about talking about her because she really is the ultimate businesswoman. And shout out to her for recently announcing that she is putting out a country album, which is super dope. Lets us know that you are definitely not limited in anything that you do. But I wanted y'all to think about that moment in time when Beyonce was sending out those huge Ivy Park gift boxes. Y'all remember that? Like, we kept seeing celebrities popping up with their gift boxes. We saw Yara Shahidi, we saw Cardi B, we saw Lizzo, we saw some of our faves popping up on social media, showing off their boxes in their own creative ways, which was super dope. Now, when we think about Black love in business, because if y'all don't know already, I'm a huge advocate for collaboration and building genuine connections with other people. And so Beyonce has shown us how you building connections with people, right? Genuine connections with people allows you the opportunity to be able to show love in a way that says, okay, like here's my free product, but also for a person to show love in return by sharing that product on their platform with their audience. Which, when you think about how that works in business, it's clear. Like you all have heard me say before, maybe when women support women, we all win. That to me is exactly what that looks like. Beyonce supports her friends, her A-list friends, or her connections by sharing with them things that she cares about, things that she loves. And in return, those people support her by sharing her products with their audiences, which in business that works. That absolutely works, right? Now she's created all this greater awareness for whatever project it is that she's working on. And so we all actually have the capability to do that, right? We all have the capability to look out there in our network of people and figure out how we can show love to those around us and in return have that love reciprocated in a way that benefits us in our own businesses, right? So if you have a business, I definitely want to encourage you to show some love to your business and show some Black love in this month by figuring out ways to collaborate with those who are around you. We've also seen Rihanna do this too, right? We've seen Rihanna do this with her beauty brand, where she is definitely going to have other people to come on and be a part of that, right? We've seen Megan Thee Stallion be a part of that, and numerous other celebrities who she's collaborated with to grow her beauty brand. And so again, we've seen it over and over again that it works. And so the question I would ask anybody who is not currently practicing these things, especially in business, is why not? Because we've heard success leaves clues, and we literally have extremely successful people showing us on a regular basis that it's the connections that they have with other people that are allowing them to see greater success. Another example I can give of this is, we've been talking a lot about Shannon Sharp in his podcast recently, but what we've seen about Shannon Sharp in his podcast is that he has a lot of people who he's connected with who are guests on his show. So he's building connections through his show and also creating greater awareness for his show through these connections that he has. And so when we talk about how beautiful Black love is, one, when it comes to business, it's beautiful when you are able to create a platform that allows for you to invite other people in, pull up a seat at your table, and allow for them to win. That is beautiful, right? Because oftentimes we are seeking for other people to, we talked about this, I think, on the last show, when we talked about like the Grammy Awards and moments like that, when sometimes we feel like we're slighted, we got snubbed for certain awards. We're looking for other people to create these opportunities for us, but we are fully capable within our own power and our own right to create platforms for ourselves and others to elevate, to grow, to win. And again, it's being shown on a constant basis. So what I want to challenge you to do is maybe, you're not on the level of Beyonce, or you're not on the level of Rihanna or Shannon Sharp, but you can absolutely rise to those levels by practicing Black love, by literally being intentional on a daily basis about loving those around you, about building up your community, about creating opportunities for the people around you to be successful. That is going to help you to grow. I'm not sure if you know this, but being of service and building connections are two of the biggest ways to make an impact and grow your business, right? Each time that you are impacting a single person, that person is likely to tell other people around them that you made an impact. And I know that we value social media so much, but what I have learned is that oftentimes you're going to make greater impact by directly impacting one person than you would by making a social media post to people who may not be as impacted by that direct and personal service that you provide. And so, again, I want to encourage us, because I know we've become into this digital world where we are heavily focused, again, on social media engagement and likes. But just don't forget that word of mouth is still a very powerful tool to build your business. Maya Angelou says that people will forget what you said, but they will never forget the way you made them feel. And again, this is true. We can sometimes evoke emotions in people through social media posts, but that those direct and personal moments of contact with people are how we are actually making an impact. This is how we are actually being the change that we want to see in the world. So again, I want to challenge us to make an intentional effort on a daily basis that each time that you are operating in your business, specifically, I'm talking to business owners in this moment, when you have a Black person who walks into your business, if you have a storefront, or you have a Black person who purchases a product from your business or engages with your social media page or whatever it is, because this is Black History Month and we are definitely focusing on Black love this month, I want you to be intentional about showing love, right? I think that's oftentimes too, if we think about it, in our community, we haven't always got the best, what's the word I want to use? Representation, or sometimes there's a stereotype when it comes to Black businesses, right? That we are not as professional, or that we don't always do things the right way. I mean, we've seen with our wonderful brother Keith Lee how he's been kind of holding people accountable for the ones who have businesses. He's been highlighting those who are doing it right, but he's also been holding people accountable when they aren't doing things with integrity. And so we want to do our best each time that we are operating in business to eradicate that stereotype that Black business is good business, Black business is beautiful, Black business has integrity, Black business is professional, and that we treat each other with love, respect, patience, kindness, all of those good things, right? And so that's what I wanted to share with you about Black love in business today. Also, before we take our break, I want to remind you that I'm giving away tickets to the Women Are Dope experience, which is happening on April 20th, 2024, which is being hosted by Chelsea Speaks, who is also the owner of 101 TKO Radio. So again, when we're talking about Black love, supporting Black businesses, supporting Black women and Black experiences, the Women Are Dope experience is definitely an opportunity for you to do that. We have this Black woman, Chelsea Speaks, who is hosting this event with the purpose of empowering the Black community. She's bringing together speakers and vendors and creating an entire experience that is surrounding helping you to elevate in your life and in your career. The theme is The Vision Won't Wait. So, and it's also happening, even greater than that, is that it's also happening at Privy, which is a Black owned business and establishment as well. So Privy is located in Stonecrest Mall, and it's all about Black excellence. So if you've never been inside the Privy building in Stonecrest Mall in Georgia, I definitely encourage you to visit it, because it is an entire experience for real. So I know that this day is going to be something amazing especially for Black people, and it's going to be filled with Black love, and it's going to be beautiful. And so I hope that you will be there. I'm giving away 2 free tickets. If you would like to win, you have to call in and chat with me. 678-439-7419 is the phone number. And we will be right back. This is She Wins Radio Show on 101 TKO Radio. Hey sis, hey, hey sis, hey, you are tuned into She Wins Radio Show on 101 TKO Radio. And we are back from our break. If you are still tuned in with us or just now tuning in with us, I want to thank you for showing up for yourself today because we are talking about all things black, blackity black love, black history, black entertainment in honor of Black History Month this month. Okay, so we've been talking about black love in business. And you know what? I want to continue that conversation because we saw some black love in business just this past weekend, didn't we? With the Super Bowl. Usher's Super Bowl performance, which I recently read was one of the, or actually the highest viewed performance of all time. So congratulations to Usher for that. But here's the thing that I want to share because we're talking about black love in business. What I love is that Usher surprised guests were all black people, right? Which is a beautiful thing. Again, it goes to show that when we get opportunities, we don't have to just keep them for ourselves, that we can shine together. And it's a beautiful thing when we do it, right? So who was on the stage with Usher this past Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday? We had Will I Am. He showed up. So if y'all should know who Will I Am is, but he's from the Black Eyed Peas. Her showed up. Okay. Come on. Alicia Keys, Lil Jon, Ludacris, which is so dope, y'all. So again, black love in business, this is what it looks like. It doesn't matter what platform you have. It doesn't matter what opportunities you get. You should always be trying to seek ways and opportunities for you to show love to your people, to those who have been riding with you, to those who are worthy of these opportunities, to show the world, like, you don't have to dim your light, and you can also provide opportunities for your sisters and brothers to shine as well. So I just love that for Usher. I love that he didn't feel the need to like do anything different than what he did. I'm so grateful that he also again offered that opportunity to let his sisters and brothers shine without feeling like weird about it. Like that's exactly what we should do when we have opportunities. So I just want to shout out Usher. Like, did y'all watch that Super Bowl performance? It was definitely worthy of being the most viewed. I know I seen some little comments here and there that was trying to like downplay it and say that those views were coming because Taylor Swift was in the stands watching her new boo. But I'm just gonna say that I'm giving that to Usher and all of his special guests that arrived, and that was Usher's moment. That was his night, and that was Usher's Super Bowl. Okay, because he showed up and he showed out. And he showed black love the way that it should be shown, y'all. And like, I just want to say, can we keep this energy? Can we keep this same energy? Like, we love to see it. If we're very honest with ourselves, we even love to see it. Things like when we had that, oh my goodness, what city was that in, Naya, with the chair?
Is it Mississippi?
I think it was Mississippi. That was coming to my mind first. But we even love those moments when we show black love, right? When we gonna swim across the waters, when we see our brothers in trouble, like that's black love. We love those moments. We love to see it. And so I just want to say, like, because we are so happy and excited and we are so moved whenever we see these moments where black people are coming together and we're shining brighter together and we're supporting each other and we're uplifting each other, we're protecting each other because we, what is it? Alabama, okay. Did they have like a name of it? I feel like they had a name.
They call it Alabama Brawl or Montgomery.
The Montgomery Brawl. So that's what I'm talking about, y'all. Y'all know, I know when I said the chair, y'all knew exactly what I was talking about. But we love those moments, right? Like, and so again, we have the power, each and every one of us individually have the power to create these moments, right? We don't have to wait for somebody else to create them. We don't have to sit in the stands and clap when we see them. We can actually get on the field and create these moments with whatever we have in our resources right now, right? Whether you have access to something like a radio show, like I have the opportunity to be on, whether you have just your social media platform, whether you are, working in education, wherever you are in the world, you have the opportunity to create these moments of black love and to spread black love around the world. So I just want us to do that, to like just let our light shine and then also amplify the light of our brothers and sisters. Okay. So I also want to share about some black couples in business that we love. Like it's one thing to fall in love, and then it's another thing to start a business with the one that you love, which I think is dope. I think that's oftentimes when we call that a power couple, right? Those couples who are not only making love to each other, but they are making money with each other. That's always a dope thing to see. And so some of our favorite celebrity couples who are doing that thing, right? They're showing us that you can be in love and you can also make money together. Some of those people include our good friend Candy Burris and Todd, right? Candy and Todd Tucker are a power couple, I would say. You know, Candy, in her own right, she had her own businesses. She had her own money when she got married. Todd was also producing, and he had his own things going on, his own money as well. And they've now come together to create this power couple where they are building things together. They are growing in business together. And so that is another example of why Black love is beautiful, right? Because not only are they building businesses that are employing people within our community, they are also creating generational wealth for their children, right? So their children are going to be another generation of Black people who are growing up with opportunities that many of us didn't have when we were growing up, right? Like they're going to be able to do like we saw Donald Trump do, right? He started his business with $1 million, right? So when Candy's children grow up, they'll have these opportunities available to them and they won't be limited by lack of money or lack of resources or lack of opportunity because their parents are paving this path for them. And so we love to see that, right? And make more and more children be like these children and have more opportunities available to them from the time that they are born. That's what we should be aiming for. Like that's what our goal should be. Also, Salim Akil and Mara Brockakil. So you all know them because they are the executive producers of Girlfriends. So Salim is an executive director and producer. Mara is a writer, director, and executive producer and creator of the show Girlfriends. And they've worked together over the past 20 years on a variety of shows such as The Game, Being Mary Jane, and Love Is. In 2000, the pair founded Akil Productions, a production company created with the goal of bringing individuals together and highlighting shared human experiences, which again is so dope. One thing I'm gonna talk about Black love when it comes to business is this. Uh, when you find a partner and you see gifts in your partner, I think that it's a beautiful thing when you can try to encourage your partner to operate in their gifts. And when you can also find ways to collaborate each of your gifts together to create something greater. So in this case, you know, Mara is a writer, director, and executive producer, and then Salim is an executive director and producer. So they brought together their similar strengths to create things that brought them both wealth and allowed them to create greater impact and other opportunities for Black people. So I think that when we are going out here and we are seeking relationships with others, when we hear, you know, when the Bible says to be equally yoked, to me, that definitely is representative of that, right? You want to be in relationships with people who are going to bring out the best in you. They're going to highlight your gifts. They're going to promote your strengths. They're going to encourage you to operate in your purpose, and they're going to support you to do that. If my husband is listening, I just want to shout out him because it isn't Valentine's Day tomorrow, and I just want to thank him for his support because when I got ready to start walking in my purpose, we had to have a real conversation about that. I had been before we got married. I had been working a full-time job as an accountant, and I was bringing in, you know, my share of income into the household. And at some point, I realized that that wasn't what I was called to do. Like being an accountant is not my purpose. And so I went to my husband and I sat down with him and I said, you know, I want to figure out what my purpose is. I want to do that. And so I started taking different classes, and I tried a cupcake decorating class and just all kind of different things. I kind of dipped my toe in the water with, and then eventually I realized that my purpose is uniting and empowering women. And so once I figured that out and I had started to work on that and see growth and progress, I told my husband that I was ready to step away from my full-time job and put all of my energy into building my business. And my husband gave me his full support from day one and has been supporting me to fulfill my purpose for the last 10 years. So shout out to my husband for being that guy who saw the best in me and supported me to fulfill my purpose. And so I pray that all women, everybody who is listening, I pray that you find that person in your life who is going to support you to manifest your visions, even if it sounds crazy. Because sometimes it might sound crazy. And I don't know if it sounded crazy to my husband at the time when I said it to him, but he supported me. And so here I am 10 years later, walking in my purpose, manifesting my visions, doing work that I love. And so I'm grateful for that. Also, David and Tamela Mann. Okay, so we love them, which to me they're like the funniest couple with their shows on the Tyler Perry shows that they've been on, and both of them have been in the Tyler Perry movies. I think that it was a surprise to me when I found out that they were married because I didn't always know that. But when we found out, I was like, okay, that actually makes sense. They are a very cute couple together. And so David and Tamela Mann. David Mann is an award-winning comedian, and Tamela Mann, a Grammy Award-winning recording artist, and they're best known for their roles in Tyler Perry, as I mentioned. They've been married for over 30 years, you guys. That's a long time. And they spent the majority of their married lives working together, which again is amazing. Um, and they have two daughters. They have a son and their daughters Tiffany and Latia. So I bring them up as well because again, this is an example of how you can create black love and how black love is so beautiful to be able to find somebody who you enjoy not just living with but working with and who you can build businesses with and create generational wealth with. That's is what makes black love so beautiful. I'm not one of those people who I won't say that I get in my feelings when I see a black man with a woman who is not black or vice versa. I don't really get in my feelings about that because I feel like people have to do what they feel like is best for them. But I am definitely an advocate for black love. I feel like black love again is beautiful, and when we can find ways to work together and create beautiful black babies who can benefit from our beautiful black families, I'm always all for that. The next person I want to mention is, of course, she's gonna keep coming up just because she is who she is. But Jay Z and Beyonce, we know that they are like the ultimate power couple, right? I said before in previous shows that I absolutely believe like Beyonce was a movement by herself for sure. She was already that girl before she married Jay Z. I feel like she would have been successful, just whether she married him or not. I just feel like she would have, but I feel like he brought extra to her life for sure. I think that he brought wisdom, he brought knowledge, he brought experience, he brought business savvy to her life. And I think that his presence in her life definitely changed the trajectory of her career. I feel like, we saw that she changed definitely after they got together. She stopped doing as many interviews. I just think that definitely think he played a huge part in her career and her growth. And of course, he brought lots of resources, right? He brought lots of resources. He brought lots of connections, and vice versa. I think that she brings a lot to his life as well. Of course, being the mother of his children. But I say all that to say that again, that black love is beautiful because we see them procreating. They're bringing beautiful children into their lives. And Beyonce said, she gonna have all these brown children on the Forbes list, right? Like she's creating this generational wealth for her children. And we already see Blue out here in the spotlight. She's dancing, she's creating her own brand. And it's a beautiful thing to see. And so I just want to see us to do more of this. We have so many examples of how great it looks and how beautiful it is and how much more we can accomplish when we operate in this way. And so I just want us to do more of that. We have oh God, we can't forget Russell and Sierra. That's another situation where it's just like, again, Sierra, I love Sierra for her relationship with Russell because Sierra showed us that despite what some people will say about black women, especially when it comes to, oh, if you already have kids, nobody's going to want you, whatever the case may be. Like, I love that Sierra met Russell. Russell has taken Future in as his own. He treats him like his own child. And that baby doesn't feel like he is feeling any type of, strangeness or weirdness in that situation. He feels like it seems as though he is filled and he is a household filled with love and appreciation for him in his life. And so I love that Sierra showed us that you may have had a relationship that you thought was going to work out and a baby came out of it and it didn't work out, but that does not mean that you cannot level up in your relationships because people will try to talk you out of that. As a coach, I could tell you I've talked to women who have literally sat on the phone and told me that they didn't feel like they could do better in their relationships because they had children, that they settled for less than they know they deserve because they felt like another man who was on a higher level, who maybe had more money, resources, intelligence, whatever it may be, they felt like they would not want them. And so to me, I just feel like our sister Sierra is just showing us like, sis, you can definitely up level in your relationships, regardless of whether you have children or not. That the man that's for you will want you and he will love your children. Like that's a very real possibility for you. So I love Sierra for that. I love that she did not settle and that the man that she's with, like we see Russell doting over her. We see him loving on her. We see her doing things for her. And the reason why I bring them up though is that they're not just in love; they are also in business together. So the House of LR&C is a Seattle-based fashion house. It's one of the newest business ventures of Russell and Sierra Wilson. If y'all didn't know that, co-founded by the couple in 2020, the company houses both of their fashion lines: Good Man brand, created by Russell, and Leader by Sierra, created by Sierra. With love, respect, and care as their core values, the pair is on a mission to manufacture sustainable fashion and create large-scale positive impact, giving back 3% of profit towards empowering today's youth to achieve their dreams. The brand originally started online, but the couple has now opened several storefront locations. So that is beautiful, right? They are together bringing their influence together to make a greater impact in the world. And they're not just about making money, they're also giving back. And as I keep mentioning, creating generational wealth for their children. So it's a beautiful thing to see when we are operating in the mindset that black love is beautiful. Like, and again, and it's not when I keep saying black love is beautiful, and I hope that I'm helping to elaborate that black love can be shown in numerous of ways. It doesn't have to be shown just in a relationship, romantic relationship. You can show black love to black businesses. You can show black love to your friendships with other women, your relationships with other women. You can show black love in your community. There's numerous of ways for us to show black love on a daily basis. Also, we don't want to leave out our good, our good sis, Michelle Obama and her husband Barack Obama. They are not strangers to working together. Obviously, we know they were in that White House for 8 years, and they continue to work together after that. 2018, the Obamas formed Higher Grounds Production to tell powerful stories that entertain, inform, and inspire while elevating new and diverse voices in the entertainment industry. From Netflix deals, producing television programs and films, podcasts, Barack and Michelle continue to build their empire. Which I actually saw a movie. I can't remember the name of the movie now, but there was a movie that was on Netflix recently, and it was said that it was produced by Barack and Michelle. Matter of fact, it was the movie They Clone Tyrone.
No,
That was that movie.
it was the new one from They Come to See You or something like
They Come to See You.
that. Something
Oh, I don't think I've seen that one yet. It's new.
like that. Yeah, it's like
Oh, okay. I haven't seen that one just yet. So I'm gonna have to check that out and tell y'all about it on the next show. But I think it was They Clone Tyrone that they produced. I think if I'm not mistaken. I saw them in the credits. But I saw that they definitely produced a movie on Netflix. So I was like, when Michelle and Barack, like what? So I think that's super, super dope that they're doing that. Say it again.
Leave the World Behind.
That's what it was. Leave the World Behind, not They Clone Tyrone. Leave the World Behind. That was exactly what it was. That movie was crazy. and matter of fact, I'm glad you told me, Naya, because at the end of it, I was like, what is Barack and Michelle trying to tell us from that movie? I'm like, what are they trying to tell us? That was good. But yeah, so if y'all haven't seen Leave the World Behind, our good sis and brother, Michelle and Barack, produced that. So go check it out. And as I mentioned, Candy and Ty, I just want to run back them again. They have businesses together. They work as business partners, overseeing theater productions, their successful restaurant, Old Lady Gang, and several Bravo spinoff series, including their newest show, Candy and the Gang. If y'all haven't heard the news, Candy says she is not returning to Real Housewives of Atlanta. I actually have not been watching that show for several seasons. I think I stopped watching when Nene left. So I don't really know that much what's going on. I see clips here and there on social media. I don't know what that's gonna do when Candy's gone. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like she's definitely one of the OGs of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Nene was an OG. She's gone. Kim was an OG. She's gone. Um, who else do we have left? Is Portia still there? Portia's gone.
She's gone.
Oh my gosh! So who is even on Real Housewives of Atlanta anymore? Like who? I don't even know. Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't have any doubt that the franchise will continue, regardless of who is there, as long as you all are continuing to watch. But I'm definitely one of those people who I don't like too much change in my shows. Like I get attached to the characters, and when they start changing too much, I feel like I'm good. I don't want to watch this anymore. So they're gonna have to bring back somebody I know, Portia, Candy, or Nene, to bring me back as a watcher. Okay. We're gonna take a quick break, y'all. We're gonna keep this conversation going about Black Love is Beautiful. Thanks so much for tuning in with me today. Also, I wanted to share before we go on break. I am giving away not only a ticket to the Women Are Dope experience, I'm also giving away $50 off the She Wins Society 7th Annual Relax, Relate, Release Retreat. I shared this with my email list earlier this morning. So if you are tuned in and waiting for that opportunity to win your $50 off the 7th Annual Relax, Relate, Release Retreat, which is happening on August 16th through the 19th of this year, we're cruising from Miami to Nassau, Coco Cay, Bahamas. If you're waiting for that opportunity, then stay tuned, stay locked in right here because I'm going to give a prompt for you to call in right when we come back from this break. This is She Wins Radio Show on 101 TKO Radio. Hey sis, hey, we are back. You are tuned into She Wins Radio Show on 101 TKO Radio. And I'm so excited about today's conversation. Black love is beautiful. If you are just now tuning in to today's show, welcome. If you've been locked in with us from the beginning, thank you. And so here is the moment that you all have been waiting for. If you are wanting to attend the Women Are Dope experience on April 20th, 2024, in Stonecrest, Georgia, located in the Privy Building of Stonecrest Mall. This is your time. Whether you are listening live or watching live, here are the rules to win. If you are listening live, call in 678-439-7419 or comment live on YouTube or Facebook and say, I want to experience Women Are Dope. Okay? So call in at 678-439-7419 or comment live. I want to experience Women Are Dope. Okay? And so that is how you're going to win a ticket to the Women Are Dope experience. Also, you can win this ticket if you can't make it, but you know somebody in the Atlanta area who might want to attend. Guess what? You can win a ticket for them. And I always say sharing is caring. So if you are listening and you want to win a free ticket for somebody in your network, in your circle, in your family, in your friends, then definitely call in 678-439-7419 or comment live on YouTube or Facebook. Also, this is the opportunity for those who were on my email list. And even if you're not on my email list, I definitely encourage you to get on the email list. But I shared this morning that I'm giving away $50 off the 7th annual Relax Relate Release Retreat. So if you would like to attend the 7th annual Relax Relate Release Retreat and Big Talk Bold Moves Conference that is happening on August 16th through the 19th, 2024, we are sailing from Miami to Nassau, Coco Cay, Bahamas via Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines. If you want to be at this retreat and experience self-care and sisterhood and growth and elevation and just all the things that are related to you becoming your best self, then call in 678-439-7419 or comment live on YouTube and say, I want to relax, relate, and release. All right? So we're going to keep this conversation going as we wait for you all to call or comment. And I want to share with you, since it is Valentine's Day tomorrow, for those of you who are, in a relationship, or actually this applies to you if you're not in a relationship too, because I feel like Valentine's Day is a day that if you're single, you can definitely use it as an opportunity to love on yourself, give yourself some extra love. If you're in a relationship, love on your significant other. So here are some ideas for Valentine's Day. You can watch a romantic movie. Who doesn't love a nice evening with a movie that's going to fill your heart up with some type of joy and love? And so I just want to share with you some of our favorite Black movies that we have grown to love. And some of these you may have seen, some you haven't. So here are some of the best Black romance movies through the decades, okay? The first one is Malcolm and Marie. That's from 2021. We know that Zendaya was in that movie, as well as John David Washington, who is Denzel Washington's son. That movie is an option for you to watch, Malcolm and Marie. Also, Lovers Rock came out in 2020. Sylvie's Love, that came out in 2020 as well. That's got Tessa Thomas in it, Aja Naomi King. You may recognize those names. The Photograph with our good sis Issa Rae and Lakeith Stanfield. Queen and Slim. I, I don't like the way that movie ended. I don't really feel like that's a romance movie just because of how it ended. But it's a good movie nonetheless. Daniel Kaluuya and Jodie Turner-Smith were in that. And if Beale Street Could Talk, interestingly enough, I went to Essence Fest. I believe it must have been in 2018. And we got to see like a little pre-screening of this movie that has Regina King in it, Stephen James, Kiki Lane, Dave Franco, which definitely intrigued me to watching it. It's it's a really, really good movie. It's acclaimed romance that follows a young Black couple, Fonnie and Tish, whose future is derailed after Fonnie is arrested for rape, a crime he did not commit. And then we have About Last Night with Michael Ealy, Kevin Hart, Regina Hall, Joy Bryant. Beyond the Lights, that was really good movie. I like Beyond the Lights a lot. I've watched that a few times actually. That's about the pop artist Noni, who seems to have it all, but under the weight of her success, she attempts to commit suicide, and she's saved by her new bodyguard, Kaz, and they quickly fall for each other. And they just have a beautiful love story that ends in you basically finding out that just love is the answer to everything. And then Think Like a Man is definitely one of those ones if you want a good laugh. Jumping the Broom, that's an oldie but goodie from 2011 with Paula Patton, Angela Bassett, Loretta Devine. In that, Just Right. That is such a good movie. Me and my husband watched this one a lot together with Queen Latifah and Common, where Common falls in love with Queen Latifah in this movie. But yeah, I just want to give you some lists of some movies that you may not have had top of mind that you can, if you just want to have a night in with your significant other or by yourself, pour yourself a glass of wine, light you some candles, get you on your couch and watch you a nice movie. Whether again, that's for singles and that's for those of us who are in relationships. So I want to share that with you. And also, if you are in the Atlanta area, I want to share with you some date ideas for this Valentine's Day. So some things that you can do are you can explore the Atlanta Beltline and its ever-changing artwork. You can stop for a bite along the way at Pont City Market. So that's definitely an option if you want to get out and about. I know the Valentine's Day is not happening on, I would say, like the best day of the week for date nights necessarily because it's going to be Wednesday. And some people may be working and such. But if you have the day off, if you're taking the day off and you want to get out and about, that's an option. You can take a hike or a stroll on one of Atlanta's beautiful trails. Sweetwater Creek, Reynolds Nature Preserve, and Stone Mountain Park are great options. You can go retro with the drive-in movie. Starlight Drive-In has the latest releases as well as a few classics. If you want to, those are kind of like some budget-friendly options. Also, definitely don't sleep on the option of cooking together with your significant other. You can prepare a meal together using a ready-to-cook kit from Publix or Fresh Market. Or if you're feeling adventurous, try a new recipe, which me and my husband have loved to do over the years. We recently, well, not recently, but a few years ago, we signed up for HelloFresh. And that allowed us to just create all these different meals at home that we would never create before. I'm talking like we were there making flatbreads and quesadillas and all kind of different pastas and soups. And that was a fun experience for us to do that together and then, taste it together and share our thoughts about it. So that's an option for you as well. And again, I feel like all of these options that I'm sharing are definitely options that apply to singles as well, because I definitely think that every day, actually, if I'm talking about self-love, this month in She Wins Side Community, we have monthly challenges every month. And so this month's challenge is for us to do two things. We call it 29 days of love. And in this month, you are supposed to do, number one, find a new way to love yourself every day, right? So like sometimes I think we think about the basic things like going to get your nails done, right? Going to get a pedicure. But sometimes that could look like just taking a moment to give yourself a hug, right? Or to tell yourself that you're proud of yourself. Or to do the things like, taking extra time to moisturize your skin or taking a warm bath or a bath that has like some Epsom salt so that you're releasing tension. Or maybe that looks like you lighting candles in your home or even playing some of your favorite music and dancing to nostalgic music that takes you back to a time in your life when you were feeling really joyful. But every single day doing something that is going to make you feel good about yourself, doing something, finding a new way to just love on you, right? And I just feel like there's unlimited ways for us to do that. And I think it's a lot of fun to try to find new ways to love on yourself. So for some of us, that might just be like taking yourself on a solo date or even a solo trip. Like some of us have never done that, right? We've never been on a solo trip. We've never taken ourselves on a solo date. If you've never done that before, Valentine's Day might be a perfect day for you to do that. Go make your reservation at a nice restaurant, sis. Like you deserve it. Eat you a good meal. You deserve it. You don't need anybody else in your life to create these experiences for you. And like many of my married friends will tell you, a lot of us, we found our spouses or our spouses found us when we were not looking for them, when we were working on ourselves. So the more time that you spend loving on you, the greater chance you have of attracting somebody who's going to love you the way that you love you. Like Chloe Bailey say in her song, "Treat me how I treat me." Okay, so if you want to find somebody who treats you like you treat yourself, you want to first start by loving yourself well. Okay, treating yourself well. Um, Also, if you want to, oh, I want to say the second thing. I was about to forget. The second thing is to show love to somebody else every day. So again, we've been having this conversation about Black love is beautiful, right? Um, Make an intentional effort to show love to somebody else every single day. That could be the cashier at the grocery store. That could be the teller at the bank. That could be your postman or woman. That could be your delivery driver from Amazon. It could be anybody that you encounter. Of course, your family and friends, they deserve love too. But every single day, just making an effort to show love to somebody else. Because what we know about love is that the energy you put out is the energy that you attract. You can never give too much love as well as you can never receive too much love. Okay. So getting back to some other ideas though for Valentine's Day, if you want to spend a little bit more money, you can take a gondola ride for 2 at Skyview Atlanta. The 20-story Ferris wheel has amazing views of the city. You can also order Hobnob Tavern with locations in Dunwoody, Brookhaven, Atlantic Station, Alpharetta, and Vinings, or pick up a Marco's meal for two from Maggiano's Little Italy. You can paint together with to-go kits from Sips and Strokes. Each kit has a canvas, paintbrushes, and instructions. And you can also head to Fernbank Museum for their After Dark event on February. Actually, I think that has passed, so I'm not even going to mention that. We are past that date. Also, you can treat yourself and your loved ones to an unforgettable experience in a Valentine's Day igloo with a 5-course menu, wine and roses, and more at the roof at Palm City Market. You can reserve a night for two at Terra Terrior with a 5-course menu, including dessert and wine pairings. You can explore the Georgia Aquarium after dark at Sips Under the Sea. And you can go upscale with the gourmet meal. Head to Lazy Betty for an elevated 6-course or 8-course meal. And there's just so many different other options. You can also, again, read together, find a good book and read together. Just again, there's an array of opportunities, but I definitely want to encourage us on Valentine's Day because I know that this day can be an interesting one for some people. For some people, especially those who are in relationships and happy relationships, it's a joyful day. It's a day for love to be expressed. For those who may be experiencing a recent breakup or those who are single and wanting to be in a relationship, it can feel like a kind of a discouraging day or a depressing day. And I don't want anybody to be feeling discouraged or depressed on Valentine's Day. It's just really no need for that. For one, Valentine's Day is a day that somebody has created. And if you want to celebrate it, you can. If you don't have to. But whatever you choose to do on Valentine's Day, I encourage you to intentionally and purposefully create a good day for yourself, right? Again, show yourself some love. You can never go wrong with that. All right. So that is what I wanted to share with you regarding Valentine's Day. And then I also wanted to get into some of our Black love relationships. Those some new and some who have stood the test of time. And so I know that some of y'all be giving the Disney princess, right? However, I wanted to share that to me, I think their relationship is really super cute. I think they have a very, very cute relationship. They recently welcomed their first child together, Halo. I think Hallie is just a super cute. She seems super sweet. But nonetheless, for me, if Sis feels like she's being treated well and that the man she's with is worthy of her, then I just say let her be happy, right? But that's one of the newer relationships that we've been seeing, and honestly, I'm rooting for them because why wouldn't we root for them? Like they now have a child together, so we definitely want to root for them keeping their household together if it's a healthy thing for both of them, right, and for the baby. So that's one of those. Also, let's talk about Ryan Michelle Bath and Sterling K. Brown. So y'all may definitely know Sterling K. Brown. I remember him most from when he played in the O.J. Simpson series. I think that's one of the times I definitely like keep him in mind every time I think about that. But they have been together since 2009. They have given us countless Black love moments on social media, grace our TV screens as co-stars in This Is Us, and they always speak so lovingly about each other in individual interviews. So, He said, "Love rough patches are no match for these lovebirds, and their 18 years of marriage are the blueprint for relationship goals." I don't really think anybody's relationship goals these days. I think this. I don't even like to use that saying anymore. That relationship goals are is like a real thing because I think that nobody ever really knows what's happening in anybody's relationship. I think that's been proven, you know, in situations like Jada and Will, and some of those relationships that we really thought were going to take stand the test of time, they didn't. My view on relationships is this: just focus on your own relationship, right? Don't let anybody's relationship be relationship goals for you because you see the outside, but you don't ever see the inside. So the goal is never to for your relationship to mirror somebody else's relationship. That's never the goal. Your relationship is just meant for it to work for you and the person that you're with. And if you all are happy, then that's really all that matters. It doesn't matter what the outside world thinks about you and your black love. Okay? Like black love is beautiful when it's real, when it's true, when it's honest, when it's faithful. Okay, that's it. It doesn't need to be glitz and glamour. It doesn't have to be a power couple. It doesn't have to have all these labels. It could just be beautiful black love. All right. Um, One of the other ones is Alicia Keys and Swiss Beats. I know Alicia got a lot of flack for this relationship in the beginning because they were basically calling her a homewrecker. I think, I guess most of us have gotten past that. I'm not sure. I mean, I know I'm past it. If they're happy and their children are happy and everybody's happy, then I just say let them be happy. But they married in 2010. They are proud parents of two sons. Um, and then they, have a blend of three other children that are part of their family from Swiss Beats' previous relationship. But they have come a long way from living the center of social media drama to becoming one of hip hop's power couples and continues to thrive professionally. So we love to see it. They have been doing it. Now here's a newer relationship, and I say newer in the sense like they just got married, but this couple is they're like insanely cute together. KJ Smith and Sky Black. You all likely know them from Tyler Perry's show. I believe that's KJ is in the Tyler Perry show Sisters. And Sky, I can't think of the name of the show that he's in, but I believe he's also in a Tyler Perry production. Um, Nonetheless, they got married in September 2023. And they're, at least from their socials, they look like they're having a really great time together. They're just a very good looking black couple who seems to just thrive in being a beautiful black couple. And so we love to see that for them. Also, DeVale and Kadeen Ellis. I think they're also one of our favorite couples that most of us, we learned about them through social media, right? Especially DeVale, his social media comedy and things that he was sharing. Now they are doing a lot of things together. Actually, they speak openly about the highs and lows of marriage on their podcast, Dead Ass with Kadeen and DeVale. And they've been married for 20 years, y'all. They have been married for 20 years and they have like a lot of kids. I don't know how many sons, but it's like a lot of them. They got like a whole tribe over there. But I love their relationship. Um, and so we definitely want to be keeping up with them. And then Halle Berry, I'm sorry, not Halle Berry. Well, Halle Berry and Van Hunt, I'm not sure if they're still together. I just see them on here on this list that I'm reading. And then Rihanna and ASAP Rocky. That's definitely one of those couples that I think is really cute. They actually have been friends for years and dominated their respective music lanes before exploring a romance in 2020. And now they have two children, Riot and I don't know the first one's name. You remember the first one's name, Riot? I know the second one's name is Riot. But they stand out in the crowd. They match each other's swag and energy. And I think they're just cool parents and partners. We love to see that for Rihanna and ASAP Rocky. But as I said, like I think that these people that I'm talking about are representations of Black love, but we all have the ability to create Black love and represent it in whatever way that we want to. Again, just as long as it's healthy and it's faithful and it's loyal and it's true and it's real. So I encourage us all again to go out here in this world and be intentional about creating Black love, spreading Black love, representing Black love. I am a huge advocate of Black love when it comes to sisterhood and relationships that other women have. I just have this huge belief that when Black women come together, amazing and extraordinary things happen. I believe that Black women are some of the most powerful, creative, beautiful, amazing, phenomenal humans on this planet. I believe that there is just a strength and creativity inside of us that allows for us to do what's seemingly impossible for others. And we often are those who are setting trends, right? We're setting trends. We are creating a change. And I feel like the more that we unite together, the greater our impact is going to be, the more beautiful the world will be. And so I definitely encourage us to promote sisterhood amongst one another and to set aside our differences because we are going to be different. That's the other thing I want to talk about Black love is sometimes we have this expectation of others to think like us, to act like us, to believe what we believe. And that is what causes a lot of discord and confusion when it comes to efforts to unite. I think that what we need to understand the most is that we were all created to be different. If we were meant to be all the same, then we would all look the same, we would all sound the same, we would all walk the same, we would all talk the same. We are all created to be different because we all have a different purpose. We are all meant to impact the world in different ways. The beauty of our blackness is that we come in all different shades and colors because we have all of us have different creativity. All of us have different ways of thinking and doing things. And when we come together, then that's how we can use our strengths to help others where they are weak and vice versa, right? And so I definitely want to encourage us to again look past our differences. Like sis does not have to think like you, she does not have to dress like you for her to be purposeful, for her to be worthy, for her to be valuable to your life, right? Oftentimes we say you want to be in spaces with like-minded people, and I do think that's necessary. Being in space with like-minded people is necessary, but also being in spaces with people who don't think like you is necessary because you are seeing life through the lens that you are accustomed to. But other people have different perspectives. They walk different paths than you. And so being able to engage in conversations that allow you to see different perspectives is super valuable to your life and to your growth and to us building community. Like everybody just didn't experience life the way that you did. Some of us grew up in the suburbs, some of us grew up in the hood. We're both valuable, right? Some of us are more have more interest in going to college and getting an education because I know I have sisters who they spend their life like in school, like they're going to go all the way to the doctorate degree, you know what I mean? They have multiple master's degrees, and that's cool for them. And there are others of us who want to we don't want to go to school at all. We want to be entrepreneurs. We want to be creative. We want to use our gifts in that way. And again, both are valuable. We need all of us in order to make a beautiful picture. We need all of us to create impact. We need all of us to make a difference in the world. And so if we could again get past our differences and say that okay, just because she dresses like that, or just because her hair is that color, or just because she talks like that, that doesn't make her less valuable than anybody else. It just means that she has had a different experience than you. She's walking a different path than you, but all of us are valuable. And so instead of us shying away from each other when we're different, I think we should lean in and say, what is it that you can teach me because you are different? Because you are different, that means you've seen things differently than I have. That means probably know things that I don't know. And so let me lean in and learn from you so that I can grow and be better and just expand my network and my awareness of what life is. Okay, so that's definitely what I want to share with you. We're going to take a quick break, you guys, and then we're going to be right back. This is She Wins Radio Show on 101 TKO Radio. Hey sis, hey sis, hey. We are back, and you are tuned into She Wins Radio on 101 TKO Radio. So listen, while we were on break, I was sitting here talking to Nia Nicole about something she's doing on Valentine's Day. So I want to share this with you guys, and just in case you didn't know, this is happening in Atlanta. And it's called Living Single Vegan, y'all. Living Single and Vegan. It's a speed dating mixer, and it is happening on tomorrow from 6 to 10 p.m. It's located at Best Inn Brewery on at 1036 White Street, y'all. So if you want to learn more about this event, the link is livingsinglevegan.splashdat.com. So if you are a single, this sounds like a really great opportunity. Okay. Really, really great opportunity. It's a speed dating mixer featuring music, games, and food. The event is free with RSVP. Don't get no better than that, y'all. So come through, it says, to this vegan Valentine's Day event. Again, it's located at Best in Brewing Company, 1036 White Street, Southwest Atlanta, Georgia, on February 14th from 6 to 10 p.m. And the link to RSVP is livingsinglevegan.splashdat.com. All right. So y'all make sure y'all listen. That's a great opportunity for singles. If y'all see Nia Nicole, she's the one with the blonde hair, short blonde hair. If you see her, make sure y'all say hey to Nia and show her some love on this Valentine's Day. All right. So listen. I want to sprinkle some Black Boy Joy on today's radio show, because again, this is all about Black History Month and Black love and how beautiful it is. And one thing that we I don't want to say we don't often see, because I don't want to just contribute to stereotype that like Black men don't come together and that they're not friendly, because they are. But we just love to see it when they are coming together, when they're being more vulnerable in friendship and such. So I just wanted to share with you all some of these romances from some of our faves that you may not have known about. And so some of those include Cedric the Entertainer and Steve Harvey, which you probably knew because we saw them on Kings of Comedy, right? They were both featured on Kings of Comedy, but they are very close friends. Keegan Michael Key and Jordan Peele, which Jordan Peele has definitely been giving us some crazy movies throughout the years. But they are friends, and they had their first. I think the first thing that we saw was Key and Peele, their comedy show. Drake and Odell Beckham Jr. Did y'all know that they were friends? Because they're friends. Actually, it says that according to the Root, that Odell Beckham Jr. is Drake's BFF. Okay. So he also appeared in the music video for Drake's 2020 record "Laugh Now, Cry Later." So they are actually really close friends. Speaking of which, this is not. I ain't even gonna mention it. I'll wait until it's not Black History Month. And then Kevin Hart and Dwayne Johnson, which I think is one of the funniest friends, because Kevin Hart is so short and Dwayne is big and tall. But they are they are the opposites that attracted when it comes to romances, Black romances. Despite them being completely different, they are perfect together, because I think that The Rock probably definitely enjoys Kevin's shenanigans. And then Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. Oh, we always love seeing them together on Bad Boys. They are real friends in real life, which is why I think the chemistry comes across the way that it does on the Bad Boys movies. Also, Pusha T and Pharrell are very close friends. Michael B. Jordan and Chadwick Boseman were actually very good friends before Chadwick passed away. And then A$AP Rocky and Tyler, the Creator, Cameron and Mace, and LeBron James and Dwayne Wade, Carmelo Anthony and Chris Paul. They are all really good friends. So I just wanted to shout out, the guys today, the Black Boy Joy that these men are experiencing because they have allowed themselves to grow in brotherhood. And so I definitely want to, again, encourage us to do that. Whether you are a woman, if you're a woman who's listening or a man who's listening, there is always an opportunity. And one thing I will say too for the men, like my husband says that he struggles with making friends because a lot of the people that he ends up running into, they just don't have the same, I guess, views or the same interests in life. Like he's definitely sure that he really doesn't. Well, I won't say he's sure because maybe he just hasn't come across the right single guys. But he feels like single guys are not necessarily a great match for him as a married man because the conversations that come up in the things that single guys often are trying to influence him to do are not in alignment with him being a faithful husband. So, but I definitely want to encourage the guys out there, the black men who are listening, like you need friends, okay? Like it's really important and healthy for you to have friends in your life who are going to support you and encourage you and love you, right? Like I know that that's sometimes as a black man you are given that, title or that label of needing to always be strong and not being able to be vulnerable. But I think it's so beautiful when black men find other black men that they can be vulnerable with, like that they can cry on their shoulder, that they can express that they're feeling weak or that they're feeling tired, and that they can have these men who stand in the gap for them and who will help them in times of need. Speaking about this, I wanted to also shout out one of the women who we've recently featured on the She Wins Society blog because she focuses on Black men's mental health. And so she's part of our, we're featuring we have two different things rather happening for our blog this month. One is She is Black Girl Magic, and the other is She Leads with Love. And so I would like to introduce you to Camellia Harris, who she is actually a resident of Atlanta, Georgia. And she's a successful serial entrepreneur, a source of inspiration advocating for mental health, and the visionary behind Just Us MH Foundation. Through her foundation, she organizes nationwide Black mental health conferences specifically tailored towards addressing the mental health needs of Black men. Just Us MH Foundation was created to bring the Black Men's Mental Health Conference across the world. The Black Men's Mental Health Conference was created to bring awareness to the current state of mental health within the African American community with a specifically targeted focus on Black men. The Black Men's Mental Health Conference features a variety of engaging discussions to explore the challenges faced by Black men in our community and beyond. Attendees have the opportunity to connect with experts and advocates to learn helpful strategies for addressing mental health issues and promoting positive change. And so the most inspiring thing I think about Camelia's story is that this conference was birthed from her tragically losing her father from suicide. So the overwhelming sorrow and anguish that she felt during that time motivated her to become a proactive, determined member of society to prevent any other individual from feeling devoid of hope or trapped with no escape. So if you would like to learn more about the work that Camellia is doing, you can find more at www.bmmhc.com. And there you'll learn more about the Black Men's Mental Health Conference, which again, I think is super duper important. Mental health has been a taboo topic in the Black community for a very long time. Now we're seeing more Black women who are talking about going to therapy, like more Black women than ever before. They're encouraging other Black women to go to therapy, and they are encouraging Black men to go to therapy. However, I don't think that it's caught on as much when it comes to Black men. Black men are still carrying the weight of always being strong, and putting themselves in a position where they're being vulnerable to a stranger is definitely not something that is something that they find to be attractive. However, we want to encourage Black men again to. I love that this Black woman has created a space for Black men to be vulnerable and to talk about mental health. And I would love to see more Black men creating spaces for Black men to be vulnerable and talk about mental health because it's important, you all. Like, we need y'all. I focus so much on women empowerment and empowering and uniting Black women. But absolutely, we need you all. We need you all to be healthy. We need you all to be happy. We need you all to be strong because if you are good, then our families are good, right? If the Black men are happy and healthy, then you are eliminating or you're reducing the chances for Black women to be in situations where they're being abused or where they are having to fight for child support and all of these different things that we experience in our community oftentimes when Black men and women are not together in the family. So a healthy Black man and a healthy Black woman make a healthy Black family. Now we just want to see more of that. And that's how Black love is more beautiful when you have healthy Black women and healthy Black men. So I wanted to share that with you all as well. So I asked you all to call in. I don't know if y'all out there, but if somebody listening wants to win a free ticket to the Women Are Dope experience or to win $50 off the seventh annual Relax Relate Release Retreat, now is the time. Now is the time to call in 678-439-7419. Join this conversation. Call in and let me know if you want to either win a ticket to Win Our Dope or if you are wanting to attend the seventh annual Relax Release Retreat. Also, feel free to call in if you have any thoughts about today's conversation. Like, what are your plans for Valentine's Day, and what ways are you showing Black love in the month of February? And again, I'll encourage us to keep the same energy. I think that I love Black History Month because I think that it just provides us an opportunity to get in this space of recognizing that our history is beautiful, that we are beautiful, and allows us to just really focus on loving one another. But I want us to keep this same energy throughout the year. Again, we have to be the change that we want to see in the world. And as we discussed in previous shows, like we see other cultures who are succeeding because of the unity that they have with one another. Despite their differences, they still unite, they still work together, right? I think we also can see an example of that. We think about the Kardashians, right? Despite their differences that they have, even as being blood relatives, they still set that aside in order to build their legacy and to make money together. And when we think about the Black family, if we're being honest, a lot of the times we will cut off our own family members for the slightest of differences. And we've been shown again, time and time again, that there's greater strength in our unity, in our love for one another. And so even when we disagree, we have to say that that difference or that disagreement should not be stronger than our ability to continue to work together to build a legacy and to break generational curses. Like we have to, somebody has to decide to just be that one. And sometimes it is just one of us. Like we're carrying that burden, we're carrying that pressure to be the one that's going to make the difference, to be the better example. And I know that's not always the easiest thing to do, but do it anyway, because the next generation is going to thank you. And honestly, those who are in the current generation will eventually thank you as well for you being that one who stood for your family, who stood for your community, who decided that the differences and disagreements were not more powerful than the love that we have for one another and that we should have for one another. So that is what I wanted to share with y'all today. Black love is beautiful, y'all. Like it's really, really, really beautiful. And we must continue to amplify that message and to be an example for the next generation. Again, I say that social media is a place where we have an opportunity to show more love to one another, but also I think that social media sometimes creates a lot of divisiveness as well. And so we have to be the ones who are not going to be part of cancel culture, right? We're not canceling anybody because they made a mistake or they spoke out of turn, right? We're not going to delight in seeing one another fail or experience a downfall. We're not going to do that. We are going to absolutely hold one another accountable for showing up as our best selves, but we're going to give each other grace in the process, right? We're going to understand that just because somebody may have a large following or they may have a lot of money or they may have a lot of, have status, does not make them perfect. They're still human and they're still going to make mistakes. And so when we have people who have climbed the mountain, we want to make sure that we are providing them with support, but also we want to be making sure that we are helping people as they're climbing the mountain, right? One thing that I said before is that a lot of times it's difficult for people when they feel like they had to struggle, they had to claw and scrape their way to the top because the people who look like them or the people in their community made it so hard for them to rise, right? They were constantly in battle with those around them to get to where they were trying to go because either they didn't see their vision or they had the crab in a barrel mentality. And so when those people do finally get there, because whatever God has ordained for you, if you're meant to be somewhere, you're going to get there. The problem is that then you think to yourself, well, why should I reach back? Because I struggled so much to get here in the first place because the people around me didn't want to help me. And so we don't want to make it hard for people to reach back. We want to be able to support them along the journey so that when they get there to the top, they are more than happy to throw down a rope. They're more than happy to reach their hand back and lift others up. And that is the power that each of us has. So again, I challenge you this month. If you see somebody who is working, you see somebody who is striving to make the world a better place, you see somebody striving to operate in their purpose, you see somebody who is making a difference, no matter how small, a positive difference, no matter how small, show them some love. Let them know that you see them. Let them know that you appreciate them. Support a Black owned business. Support several Black owned businesses. But be the change you want to see in the world, and understand that again, Black is beautiful, and together, we can absolutely make the most powerful differences that we want to see in the world. Okay? So that is what I have for y'all today. I hope that you will also visit SheWinSociety.com to learn more about all that we are doing to unite and empower women of color in the world. And again, make sure that you attend or get your ticket to the Women Are Dope experience on April 20th, 2024. It's going to be an amazing experience. And I'm excited to be the keynote speaker of this event. So, y'all, be there, show up, show out, show up for Black love, and know that you are beautiful in all of your Blackness. All right. So, until next time, y'all, keep growing, keep glowing, and keep on winning. Andromeda out.